Welcome back to another episode of the Offer Hustle. It's your favorite cousin, your host, your DJ, MC, all in three. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us again. What number we on? 34, 35? 37. Wow, look at that. See, look at time flies when you're having fun. Shout out to NSPN, big love to Eastside. Shout out to the shop, Cigar Lounge at KCK. Make sure you go to it, check it out. And then also a big shout out to Sunny Rain USA. This hat you see on my head, it's all hers. So make sure you go shop and get your STL fitted. Even if you're not from St. Louis, USA, you need you a STL fitted. I'm just saying. Now, today I have a very special guest. I'm excited to have him on the show. He's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. He is a champion of food equity, a voice for the community, and the founder of Ruby Jean's JUICERY. Please welcome Chris Goode.
What's up? Thank you so much for having me. Man, I'm so proud of you.
I appreciate it.
I'm so proud
I'm proud of you. And you're going to come on here and tell me you're proud of me.
It's been a long time.
I know.
just, I'm proud of you. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. First, I do have to thank you because you allowed us at Hot 103 Jams to host that 12-hour donation drive at your place. I don't know if you've been aware, but we raised 3,201 pantry items.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So thank you for extending the hours of your business so that we can post up there.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming. It was a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
Thank you for being there.
Yeah, and shout out to Operation Breakthrough, too. Now, I like to start off all my shows with an icebreaker.
Okay.
We don't really need to break the ice, but just something fun. It's a this or that question, super quick, okay?
Okay.
R&B's, well, not R&B's, correction. R&B or hip-hop?
R&B.
Okay, 90s R&B or early 2000s R&B?
90s.
My friend, you ready.
Yeah, 90s.
You like, check it out.
Well, I was like, that's what I was listening to most frequently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather go for a good smoothie or a juice?
That is so tough.
That is tough.
Man, I'm like 50-50, but
Really?
Probably juice more times than
What's
smoothies.
your favorite?
My favorite, if I had to rank, Good Vibes only most consistently, but it depends on the season. It depends on a lot of things, but Good Vibes only.
All right. KCK or KC Mo?
Got love for KCK, but I'm from KC Mo, so KC Mo.
Okay. Kelsey or Tony Gonzalez?
Kelsey.
Motivational podcast or soulful music? If you're getting ready in the morning.
Motivational podcast.
Okay. You got any that you be listening to specifically?
How I Built This by Guy Raz, but I listen to audiobooks, and so normally it's like
a good audio book.
It's like an audio book just going and I'm listening to, or something like a Guy Raz if I got time.
Okay. Morning workout or evening workout? If a workout at all.
Morning. Yeah, morning is preferred.
How early?
It used to be early, but I'm getting older, so like a 10 o'clock is like a good time for me. That's when the gym is kind of like
dying down.
Quiet, yeah.
See, I can't do the 6, 8. I mean, it's not the 6, 8, the 6 in the morning or like the 5 in the morning. One, I'm going to work, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
But like when people do that, I don't get it.
Yeah, I used to, and it's a feeling that's crazy because you're so productive so early, and you just
feel like
but it's hard.
I feel like people that go to the gym super early think that they better than everybody.
I mean, they kind of are a little bit,
Because it's like, I'm up. Like, what you...
Like, I done worked out, and you ain't even brush your teeth? Like, that, I mean, but most people.
Right. That is, I get that. Because that's how I feel when I talk to people now that I wake up at 4 in the morning. I don't work out that early, but I'm going to work. So, like, my mom's like, oh, my goodness, I'm just waking up. Girl, it's 11.
Right.
What you doing?
Yeah, so you kind of look down on people,
I get
too.
that. Yeah, okay, I get that. You're right. All right, bonus question for you. If your late grandmother, Ruby Jean, could walk into one of your stores today, what do you think she'd say first?
Boy, take my face down. Like, why you got my face up there? Like, she'll kind of step back, like, cover her mouth, like, what? You get that down.
Yeah.
She was shy, she was super meek, and she probably she'd be proud, but she'd be super shook. Like, that's my face. Like, get that down.
Like, what is going on in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That would be dope. Well, I want to transition that into talking more about your bond with your late grandmother. And then, of course, how that transformed into Ruby Jean's JUICERY. Could you speak to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm from originally, first place I ever lived, 4023 Wabash. Mm-hmm. And my grandma's house is at 3907 Wabash. And my mom, single mom, early on, 4 kids, it just... it lends itself to some difficulty.
Yeah.
My pops, and I don't even hold it against my dad. I'm actually grateful because it gave me so much time with my grandma. She just stepped up, and I loved her so much. And she wasn't a woman of very many words. And she had this poise about her, this like silent confidence, but this style that you just fell in love with her. And, her love language, her truest love language was food, soul food. Like she was cooking, you hungry? Like, well, say less.
That's like the grandma line, black grandma line. Yeah. It's like, you baby, did you eat, baby?
Yeah, you looking kind of frail. Like, what's going on with you?
Right.
Like, get in here and eat something.
Yeah.
And that's what she was on. And, it made me recognize that, like, she wasn't going to fluff love us. She wasn't going to be like, oh, this or oh, that. But she was going to say, hey, I'm going to fill you up and I'm going to make sure you're safe. I got you. I'm going to watch you, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And in falling in love with her when she got sick, like I didn't realize how hard it would hit me or my family. I was 14 years old and she got really sick from a teenager's perspective really fast. But she was sick with type 2 diabetes primarily. She got rushed to Truman Medical Center and, eventually they knew that, okay, the end is near, but they tried some other things. Some like, oh, let's go do this. And they sent us to St. Luke's on the plaza.
Gotcha.
And it didn't work. Whatever it was, it boiled down to not working. And so we sent for my great grandmother who still lived in Muskogee, Oklahoma. My family, my mom's side is from Oklahoma.
Gotcha.
And so mom, who we called her, she comes up to Kansas City, just to say goodbye to her baby. My grandma, Ruby Jean, has that final hour with mom. Comes out, and normally, when we send my great grandma, it's us and a caravan of rented minivans going down to Muskogee into the country.
Yeah,
you can smell the peach cobbler from up the hill. This country little beautiful setting that it was super simple, nothing like big to do about it.
Yeah,
but it was always love when we all called her mom. But this time, it was just heavy. It was so much different. She was saying bye to her baby.
Yeah.
So mom comes out, looks around at the family, takes this big gasp for air, ends up collapsing and having a massive heart attack in the waiting room. And so then 2 days later, we take Ruby Jean off life support. And so here I am, a 14-year-old kid in love with my grandma and my great grandma.
Of course.
And, grief has this, it's got this dynamic ability to change you, and it could change you for the worse or it can change you for the better. And I truly feel that when they left, it changed me for the better. I got to feel this heavy gravity of family sadness, but then I navigated it in my own way. I like channeled it into sports.
Yeah.
But I put this seed in my head like, man, I'm going to tell people about my grandma one day. And I knew it. I just didn't know
what it was going to translate into.
I know what the vehicle was going to be to talk about them. So that's the very beginning where you want me to keep going with.
Yeah, no. Well, I appreciate you sharing it. I know you and I have talked before about that, and I know for when you mentioned how your age, you being 14. When I was around that age, I lost my great grandmother, and like that was my road dog. She had Alzheimer's and everything, but I know for me as a kid, from that lens, it can be really devastating because you just always see this person there. Yes, they're old, but you don't think about that. You just remember how they make you feel and the moments that you've had and cherished with them. And I still think about moments with my great grandmother, Rosie. And I just wish, I'm like, man, I wish she could experience me graduating college, me on the morning show, all of these things. But it's like translating that to just being like, okay, you know what? She's not here for this moment, but how can I continue what I got going on to, the legacy part?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I talk to kids about this through the children's book, but I firmly believe that when people we truly, truly, deeply care about leave, they've left us something, some kind of fuel, some kind of gem, something that we can use moving forward if we see it and embrace it that way. Yeah. And so I feel like, they both left me something that summer. But, it's something that I thought I would honor them by playing in the NFL and do something lavish, but God had another plan.
Yeah, and you talked about the soul food piece, and that's a big part of the Black community. Is we eat good.
Yeah.
That's the point, especially when we get around our family, is you got grandma like, hey baby, we gonna get you right. You looking frail. You went off to college and now you ain't eating.
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's part of maybe part of your journey that you translated into being like, okay, well, we kind of need to revisit that part, because that's teaching us as Black people to eat a certain way, and we're getting a certain age, and we're coming up with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and all of those things. I want to pass the baton to you on that.
Well, it's just like, like how big is our love for our family, for ourselves? Like, is it big enough to at least be conscious and cognizant of what we're really doing day in and day out when we sit down at the table? And not from a place of like, oh, you got to be perfect. You got to, like, hey, keep it really skimpy and like do all the
salads.
That's not realistic. Yeah. It's just, are we at least thinking about it at some point when we get off the rails a little bit? Are we like, I need to start walking,
Facts.
My grandma, to rewind it a little bit, in my mind as a teenager, she was old, but in reality, 61 years old.
That's not that old.
I'm 41. That means I only got 20 years left, and I got a lot of work to do. So that's not enough time.
It's not.
And so she was really young, really in the grand scheme of things. But we don't preface the bring back, the calibration, like I'm getting off. She just ate soul food, fried chicken, fried pork chops, candy yams, and here we are with Thanksgiving coming up, talking about this.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna ask you about what you get on your plate now these days.
But it's every single day.
Yeah.
It's not like
it's taxing.
It's like not like a treat, and it just ain't no food in the world that good to not see your grandbaby. Man, do this. Do all the different things that you and I, have been blessed to do and will continue to do.
When it comes to that health piece, how have you managed to change your diet? Because you mentioned not being perfect, and I think that's what people initially think is, oh, I got to cut out everything. And I like sweets, so I do not cut out everything, but I've been dialing it back or picking healthier options.
Yeah, I think it's just awareness. It's just like being truly aware to say like, man, what I'm putting in here, it's got an end result. And that's not like some far down the line thing that I can catch up. No, it's cumulative. Like we got to have that in focus every single day. And I'm not perfect. The stress, the
that's
various
a big piece
parts
too.
of life it's like this. But what I will say is I always know, like I always feel when something is out of whack, like, dang, my energy is low. My mood's been a little low, and I'm like, okay, you got to walk more. You got to sleep more. You got to drink more water. And I have that conversation with myself. That's the most critical part, because health is this thing that it started to seem like, oh, you got to be perfect. You got to look like them. And that, well, I'm out. Like that's a statue. Right. That ain't even a human over there, Like, and so it's just like, nah, just remember yourself. Remember how important it is and how long you want to be here.
Yeah, and that's why, in my spare time, I get my Vine Street greens in. Good nice segue for that. I mentioned also you are I told you when you're walking in here that I feel like you're a king of collabs, because every time I'm looking at your social media, you're always collaborating with something, whether that's Big Brothers Big Sisters, Hot 103 Jams, Operation Breakthrough, sitting on their board, other boards that you sit on. You're always mingling with other organizations, and you're already a community advocate too, an activist. So why truth over truth?
Man, the truth has a certain level of gravity that we all gotta face. We are walking around as individuals having truths in our mind and in our hearts that we're trying to face, like trying to learn who we are, what we don't like, what we want to be. And that the pursuit for honesty, it doesn't exist with individuals. It also exists in communities and neighborhoods and local governments. And you got a street that from a national and even global level, there's an understanding that this street in Kansas City is always been perpetually the line that said, if you are white and affluent, you live this way. You stay over there. If you are black, Hispanic, gay, Jewish, any of those, you supposed to be over there.
This side, right.
And that's not what it is anymore. That's just not what it is. I mean, you go down Truce and you're going to see everybody, a little bit of everything.
You
now,
are.
depending on what time you go,
Right.
you know, it can influence that. But man, why would we allow our city, this progressive city that we own, that we pay taxes into, that we are stewards of, we're constituents of, why would we allow it to just perpetually celebrate evil and not just to say, okay, this guy owns slaves? Yes, that's disgusting. That's not something you can just say in a cavalier way, like it's sickening. But then you got this man's face hoisted at the top of signs, all up and down a stretch that has been historically a population of black people. And they're meant to look at their generational oppressors as if they carry nobility. Like, wow, look, they got a school named after them, a lake, a park, a this and a that and a this. And at a point, you're like, man, well, we just accept that? And I don't think so. You know, I think that we are more combined than we are divided. But if these symbols of division and evil don't get addressed, if there's no honesty, no truth centered around that, then hey, people won't learn what the atrocities were committed in the past. It'll just be happenstance, like, oh yeah, he owned slaves,
right?
Like, no big deal. But he built the first hotel.
It is a big deal.
It's time to say, nah, if we really are who we say as we are as a city, then we should address that head on, and no skating around it and, you know, like, oh, that was what was going on back then. Oh, we don't want to erase history. Man, it's BS, you know? And it's one of those things that, you know, I will take it to my grave fighting it in some way. Even if I have to take breaks, I'm never going to stop standing on that hill. That's
what I was going to ask you is, have you ever feared the backlash? Do you feel like you have received backlash because of that?
Yes and yes. You know, it's like this little worry, you know, you had that voice. It's like, you know,
don't say too much.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, you know, we get afraid of disrupting our position, our reputation, our favor. But man, I believe in God. And my favor comes from him alone. And so I have to like really silence that and say, man, that's a voice of fear that cannot exist in you. You got to stand firm and look whoever it is in the eye and speak on it every chance you get, because, man, that's the truth. Yeah. And nobody can say otherwise. And just because the momentum of seeing a black man get murdered in cold blood over several minutes online has subsided, and the wind has shifted, it doesn't mean that reconciliation should stop. That's real. It never should stop. This ain't we should be on this right now. Everybody's guilty. You know, everybody's feeling all guilty and bad because this black man was murdered then, but they haven't stopped being murdered. Right. They haven't stopped being murdered. And so I'm not going to use things as momentum to cloud my mind and think that, maybe it's no big deal. No, it is a big deal. And specifically on that street, because it's the one that divides us. Yeah, because when I first came to Kansas City, I kind of vaguely started to hear things about truce. Like people that weren't from Kansas City were just like, I heard about truce. That was just a city that people had always heard and was like, might have kind of came with some type of stereotypes. Yeah. I wasn't really worried when I came here. I remember telling one of my friends, me and my sister, we were looking for a beauty supply. And we ended up walking all the way down Truce. Yeah. Like we were just walking. We was cool. Because I'm just like, this how people, like, we cool. Like, you know, but I understand with other people, when you try to say that to people of other demographics that don't know us, they start to be like, oh my God, it comes with that whole stereotypical thing. 100%. And now, you know, like by the grace of God, from a very long way, like I can say that I'm a real estate owner on that street. Yeah, congratulations. Thank you. And you know, I've seen those come with those taxes. It comes with a whole lot, you know. But I got to buy the day old bread store that my grandma walked into, and you know, say we were on Warp Parkway, and I was a white guy, and I owned a boot shining company. And there was a stigma attached to Ward Parkway that was just constantly divisive. That was constantly like, even if something happened in close proximity, they just label it. Happened on Ward Parkway. Right. It has this like perpetual black eye of fear, of just muck. Yeah. And that has an effect on the value of the real estate, the value of the place, on the value of the ecosystem, on the value of the culture. It has a tangible value. And so as a true stakeholder, it's our duty to make sure what's ours to command and what's ours to be stewards over, that we make sure it's how it should represent everybody that's around, not this ghost of evil yesterday.
Right. Instead, this is the propaganda. This is what I like to call it. Because I joke with Brian a lot of times that he has little small fun propaganda that he pushes. So I love throwing that word out there. But that's exactly what it is. It's just pushing a certain narrative to diminish the value so that people can't do stuff there. People don't want to go there and they could push it all other places, it sounds like.
Yeah, and I think at a point it was like, okay, the value is going to be driven so low. And then now the parties that amass all the real estate have come in at the perfect time.
Right.
Like these old, rundown, scary, terrible pieces of land, $5,000 lots. Oh, now all of a sudden there's a $600,000 home on that piece of land.
Yeah.
And that's manipulation. It's manipulation. It's disgusting for so many reasons, but the 3rd and 5th district, historically black and brown people, and the least in every category. Yeah. The least safe, the worst schools, the least healthy, the least developed, the least aesthetically pleasing, the least clean. And on every single category, last. And so then on top of that, there's this monetization of the value of the real estate that same community doesn't get to be a part of, doesn't get to participate in on a broad scale. And so you got to come in and say, well, this is our home. And this is how we identify with it. We don't want to honor evil. We don't want to honor people that were okay with our bodies hanging in these trees.
That's real.
We don't want to honor these guys that say, hey, you go pick that tree. And I'm not asking you to. You pick the apples off that tree. I just don't think that that's cool. And anybody, no matter what color they are, that stands in front of me that says, we just don't see the world the same.
We don't. Yeah, absolutely. Now, vandalism, you've suffered that several times. I feel like a lot, especially in the last 2 years. Do you feel like you've been targeted? And what's kind of the status of you trying to get that handled?
Man, that one's a tough one too. You climb this mountain and build this establishment and you do it at home, and it's the first ever healthy food business ever on the east side. And then boom, the police call you 3:00 in the morning. Yeah. Like, oh. And then it happens again. And then again and again and again.
That's crazy.
To be honest, it's kind of numbing. At the beginning of it, I was like it felt like somebody stabbed me in my side or something. Yeah. Because it's just like, why? Yeah. But then you get numb to it and you realize like, oh man, that's why we're here. Because these are sick people that are doing this. These are not healthy, sane, progressive.
Right, because nobody with common sense would be trying to do that.
And I mean, the juice is fire. Like, I'm
no,
biased.
Look, I mean, Bond Street Greens,
But they don't ever take any. Right.
So it's just pure tagging and.
Well, they're looking for cash. And I stopped taking cash after the 4th one.
Yeah, and smart.
So there's no even understanding that, there's no cash here. This isn't a big hit for me. Right. And so it makes me say now, like, man, keep going, like double down. It ain't, we don't get to run. I mean, we own the real estate and we gotta make it safer. We gotta make it cleaner. Yeah. We gotta do the work. Yeah. So if we leave, who gonna do it?
Right. Who gonna do the work? I like that perspective. Cause you can't just, when things happen, it is easy for people to be like, okay, well, somebody broke into my business. I'm going to just give away the keys, sell everything.
Yeah, I'm done. It's too much.
What's the fun in that? Yeah. So, and like you have that competitive spirit, just like, all right, bet.
Yeah, because
keep it going and get it fixed the next day, and let's keep our doors open or whatever.
Absolutely, because it wasn't easy from the start.
Yeah,
and so it just kind of like you don't get to sit here and do what you do without like you don't get to do that. And so when adversity hits, it's like it's uncomfortable, but all right, let's go.
Yeah. I want to go a little lighthearted with you and talk music. What you listening to these days?
What am I listening to?
Because you answer quick with the 90s R&B.
Well, I've been, I got this little space in my house. It's like my sanctuary, and I've been listening to some records.
Oh.
And so, I believe our mutual friend DP, she gave me this record called Duran Jones and the Indications. Their Flowers record. Okay. Oh my God.
I'm not hip.
Oh my God.
So you got an actual record player?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And then my grandfather, I just got to pick up a bunch of his old records. So I've been listening to a lot of records, but El Mean.
I gotta see the name.
El Mean. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it.
How you spell it?
ELMIENE.
Oh yeah. I just got hip on him. British singer.
Yep.
Yes.
I've been listening to him a lot. He's fire. Of course, Leon Thomas.
Thomas out fire.
Crazy. It's this record right now. It's D Smoke and it's called Frequency is the name of the song. And when I tell you this song is so uplifting and vibey at the same time, it's one of them. Okay. You know, so I listen to music that that I feel like heals me, but it's also cerebral in some way. So it's slow, soulful, or old music.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's kind of similar to my vibe a lot too. I need you to name your top 5 all time though for R&B.
Ooh.
Here with us on Earth and those who are no longer with us.
All right, so number 1. Number 1, Boyz II Men.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're gonna get you a nice suite at the showing when they come to Kansas City.
When they coming?
February.
Oh, I
you didn't know that?
No, I saw them at the Performing Arts Center.
Oh, really?
And that was crazy.
Yes, New Edition, Boyz II Men, Tony Braxton.
Oh, I'm there. When?
I think it's February 5th. It was what I want to say. It's February at the T-Mobile Center.
All right, I'm gonna look at
that. We giving away tickets. So
oh, fire. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. So I got Boyz II Men. Number 2, Sam Cooke.
Okay.
Sam
Old
Cooke.
school.
Yep. Sam Cooke. Powerful. Number 3, I'm gonna go with probably Jagged Edge.
Okay.
Number 3, Jagged Edge. Number 4, this is tough.
I know.
This is hard. Oh, shoot. I gotta bring some Kansas City love in. You know?
I like that.
I really like Church.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Church is he's special. You know, he got a heart out of this world, and his music is on the level of any of these names that I would say, even if not recognized at that level. Last, bring it home, Chris. Now this is crazy.
What?
My friend put me on this guy, and his name is Mac Ayres.
Mac Ayres?
Yeah. White dude, cold. I mean, cold. Like some of the music is just,
okay. I'm finding him.
Yeah, so Mac Ayres is when you encounter Mac Ayres, it's like you ain't gonna leave Mac Ayres, and you can listen to the album all the way through.
Does that sound like him?
Let me see.
Okay, is this him?
Yeah, that's him.
That's him. Okay.
I'll
try it out.
Listen, I know that's crazy. Like the top 5 is so many names I could have put there.
I'll trust you.
But man,
he seems like an international artist too.
Yeah, but it's like healing music. Like you listen to it and it's like, oh, I can relax.
Like this is poof. Okay. Yep. So you gave me that was 5?
Yeah.
Church, Mac, Boyz II Men.
Mac, Church.
This is not in order, but
Sam Cooke. Jagged Edge.
The one, Jagged Edge. Okay. All right. Okay, that's a solid top 5. Now you got to give me a top 5 for hip hop artists, rap artists.
That's pretty tough too. I'm definitely gonna put Pac in there.
Okay.
Pac is early in there for me.
Would you be more of a Pac versus when it comes to Biggie and Tupac? Would you go Tupac?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm a Pac. Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z.
Yep. It's getting tough over here.
Yeah, these is crazy. I'm probably gonna put.
Oh.
It's a lot of people I like. Nipsey,
But these can't be people you like. These got to be people you love.
Nipsey. Yeah, Nipsey's in there.
I didn't until I came to Kansas City. I didn't realize how much they really love Nipsey.
In Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we got this.
The Bay. And,
yeah.
I know it's there, but I didn't really know. Like, I remember playing last time that I checked, they was when I said, what the?
Like, are we,
it was like,
in
last time
LA?
that I
Or?
checked. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, I'm finna keep playing this in the rotation.
Yeah, it's a connection between Cali and Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And then my last, somebody that I really been listening to a lot is, it's hard to put him in the top 5, but I actually been listening to him, Joey Badass.
Oh yeah, I like Joey.
Yeah.
I like his music. Kind of gives me the soulful, healing music that you've been speaking of.
Yeah.
To me, but I've been listening to him since Waves.
It crosses into
because it kind of gives me that. He just got a new song called Passports and something. I don't know if you heard
and they
it.
put me on it late. Like it's been like a recent thing, but probably over the last couple of years.
But he's in your top 5?
Yeah, because I'm actually listening to him.
Okay.
Like it's hard to just be like, I don't even listen to
I get that.
You know?
Okay, like just saying people because they sound like they should be in the top.
But he's talking about stuff and he's got this. It's really hard to put him over Killer Mike. It really is hard to put him over Killer Mike. So I'm gonna push him down to the what do they call it in the NBA?
Constellation?
No, 6 man of the year.
He's okay.
But I'm gonna push Killer Mike up in that last
Okay,
spot.
I got you.
But both of them the same. You know, when I'm listening to it, I feel like it's nourishing me at the same time.
I gotta ask you this because I had this conversation a lot with men of their top 5, and for me, I always be wanting somebody to name a woman or female artist. But I understand that might not be what you listening to, or as a man, it's like I can't really hear too much of that. So, like for you, do you feel like as a man you can listen to certain female artists, and if so, who's that artist that you feel like you can listen to and it still feels like?
Well, not on the, I wouldn't say on the rap side, but I listen to her a lot.
She's cold.
Her is crazy to me.
Yeah.
I like Naomi Sharon.
I gotta check her out.
Out of this world.
Okay.
Naomi Sharon, Cleo Soul, of course.
Oh yeah.
Her name is escaping me.
Cause Cleo is the UK, ain't she? Or
I don't
something.
know,
Let
but
me
it's
see.
all that same vibe.
Or maybe not.
Dang, what's his name? What is her name? I can't remember the other one's name, but yeah, I listen to a lot of females. Not as much on the rap side.
So you ain't banging on Lil' Kim on a Friday night.
Nah, or like not really listening to like Glow. I think she dope, but you're not gonna.
That's just not in your playlist off rip. Like if it plays, you're not skipping
like,
it.
That's dope.
Like okay,
But
G to the G to the L to the O.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay. All right. Now I told you about this other segment that I added. Shout out to Esai for these new graphics we're gonna have. It's called something I probably shouldn't share. And so I'll start it off to get you a little bit of time to think about what your answer might be. Something that I probably shouldn't share. When I was younger, I was confused because Keisha Cole came out with a song and Tupac was on it. I was very confused because I'm like, I was born in 96. Pac was gone by the time I was born. So in my head, I'm thinking, didn't Keisha Cole come out early 2000s? So I'm thinking, when did they make a song together?
Yeah.
I was so confused until I realized that they just put him on a song, and it was, I didn't realize how much music he had released after he passed away. Mm-hmm. But that was just something that I probably shouldn't share, that I really thought that they did a song together. I was just so confused by it.
No, it makes sense. I mean, that's music after in like, what is it called? Posthumously. Mm-hmm.
I ain't even finna.
Or whatever.
I ain't even finna get into it.
It's powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's legacy music. That's why I like Sam Cooke. That song, and I just found this out recently, but A Change Is Gonna Come, which became the song of the civil rights movement. In many accounts, it was released posthumously for Sam Cooke.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either until I watched this documentary
That's
recently.
interesting.
But something that I probably shouldn't share. So I went to a daycare started by 2 nuns that was for low income families.
This already start off different than I would.
Like, where are you going? Well, it was called St. Vincent's
Okay.
back then. Today, it is called Operation Breakthrough.
Oh, really?
And so I attended there. And, you know, I'm now the first person to ever attend as a low-income kid and serve on the board of directors.
Wow.
And it's a crazy full circle thing that I get to pour into these kids that are me. You know,
that's
like,
cool. That is crazy. That's a full circle moment.
Very full circle.
Yeah.
And I like anytime I can spend with them, it just is like, man, I'm at home.
Special.
However, I may or may not have either gotten close to or actually gotten kicked out for biting.
From the place?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I was a biter.
Oh, you said biting.
Yeah.
Oh, you was biting the kids?
Yeah, I like to chew on people a little bit.
I'm thinking you're gonna chew on a pencil. Maybe a cap to a pen.
Humans.
It was just
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Firm tooth grip. But
that is insane.
Hey, bro. See, what the crazy part is, now I got a little baby. I got two. I got a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old. My boy's a biter.
They both are biters.
No, the younger one. Yeah, my baby boy. He's a human chewer.
Yikes.
Yep.
So now you're getting that's the full circle.
And they call you and they're like, "Oh, hey, this is."
Are you one of the parents that's like, my kid didn't do that? Or you just like,
No.
oh my, like, okay,
No,
I
ain't no
got
denying this one, you
Okay,
know, because
'cause
he be trying to bite me sometimes. And so I'm like,
you
come on,
already
man.
do.
I'm like, come on, man, we're gonna be nice to our friends today.
Yeah.
And then they tell you like, oh, you know, he bit this friend. He was in the kitchen. And I'm like, oh man.
Yikes. That's funny. I appreciate you sharing that. Because it was in the beginning, it had so much promise to what you were saying. I'm just like, I just gave something low-key embarrassing, and he's coming telling me how he just had a full circle moment. But then the gag was, you know,
here I am sitting on the board and biting people.
just biting, just left and right. That's crazy. Well, another trended topic that I want to talk to you about is it's been a hot topic online. It's I think today or yesterday, Pharrell spoke on it. It's Black-owned businesses and minority businesses. And he spoke from a lens of supporting a business because they're the best, not because they're Black. And I feel like that is so many tiers to that type of conversation, because it's one that's like under the DEI umbrella of people feeling like, oh, we're not going to give a business benefits or whatever just because of this. Or maybe as a consumer, people are like, well, for me, I'll support a business if they're Black off rip. But if I have a bad experience, I'm not going to keep going back to it just because you're Black.
Right. There's no
But I
obligation.
will try, I will go and support you off rip because I see you maybe a Black or a woman-owned business and stuff. But I would love your thoughts on that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think just starting from a service perspective, it's wise to extend grace. Now, how much grace? That's variable for every person. But, you know, for the most part, people are trying to get it right. You know, sometimes people just acting a fool. But for the most part, people have good intentions. They want to deliver a good product, and somebody on the team slips somewhere. And so as an owner, I'm like, grace is big. But I actually got somebody tried to low-key come at me like a big brand about a statement I made about this. But I do believe that sometimes we limit ourselves inside of our Blackness. And they didn't understand the point I was making. But my perspective is that we shouldn't go and try to be the best Black version of XYZ.
Right.
We should simply focus on being the best.
Yeah.
And let our Blackness be empowered by our pursuit for the greatest scale possible.
Yeah.
And that's if you're a clothing brand that is just in the sportswear space and you're Black owned and very bold and vocal about your Blackness. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But the idea in my mind is not like, hey, I'm going to be the best Black owned sportswear brand. It's like, we're going to be better than Nike. Yeah. And we can be. And so I think I understand, Pharrell's point, but there's this perspective that's a knock on our Blackness. Like that's
not. Yeah.
It's not. It's like, man, look at me.
Right.
I'm Black. Yeah. My grandma smiling on the bottle. Blackity,
black, black. I'm Black. What are you doing that video?
Yeah. So we there.
And I think that's nothing different than when people say that they don't like when people say, "Oh, you're pretty for a black girl," because I should just be pretty. Period.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I feel like that's equal to kind of what you're saying in the sense of like
it's a nice black-owned juice bar.
Yeah, like no, I'm just the best or the nicest juice bar. Like that's what you want.
That's a great juice bar.
Of course, I'm a black-owned business or a black person. I'm not trying to hide that. I'm very vocal about it, but I'm trying to aim for the top. Of everything.
Yeah, there's this asterisk that's oftentimes placed by our blackness, you know, as if it's this own subcategory where like there's a ceiling on it. It's like, man, ain't no ceilings in here.
Yeah. That's why I've always been, because I see a lot of times our people are in spaces of maybe people that don't look like them, because I've worked plenty of jobs where I was the only black person and that eventually got annoying. But thus, you got to go through these segments of life, I feel like, because it teaches you a lot of different things and you learn how to navigate stuff, because you can't just go your whole life. The whole world is not an HBCU.
It's not.
As much as I, think that that's a great experience, I would have loved to attend a HBCU, but I wasn't able to. But I understand that the world is not built like that. So it's like I'm going to put myself in environments. If it's an environment that I want to win and everybody in that room doesn't look like me, as unfortunate as it is, I'm not going to remove myself just because nobody in there looks like me.
No, and like honestly, change has allyship inside of it. If change is really, really the goal. So like somebody like a Fred Hampton, he wasn't just about the liberation, and he was firmly about the liberation of black people, but his method wasn't just create that liberation solely and exclusively through black people. It was through collectivism. It was through allyship.
Yeah.
It was through, we all live here. How do we want to see this world be portrayed? What do we want our street to look like?
Yeah.
And you that color, I'm this color, but what do we want our street to look like? What do we want our schools to be like? And if the end goal is for our schools to be amazing, to get a bonding, that bonding came through allyship.
Yeah.
XY.
And that was big too.
Huge.
Yeah.
But it's through allyship. And so real change and progress is through collectivism. And we can be bold about wanting to create balance in our neighborhoods. Come on.
Yeah.
They have to be balanced. Like at some point, the last place thing is that's played out.
Right.
But we can get to that balance in a collective manner, in a way that's not like you stay on that side of truth and I stay on this side of truth.
Right.
But like, man, meet me in the street and let's go to work.
Now you gotta add the let's go to work after that, because you said meet me in the street. Meet me in the street.
Sometimes.
Hey, every now and then, sometimes, meet me in the street. It's going down. I don't know. What high school did you go to?
I graduated from Ruskin High School.
Okay.
Yep.
We shout out Ruskin every morning. So,
okay,
shout out to Ruskin. All right. Now, if you could snap your fingers and give every person in Kansas City one new habit, what would it be?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Just one.
Dang.
You gonna say have them stop by Ruby Jeans every morning at 7 a.m.
That's a good one. We'll keep that one. But you gave me an extra one. So the other one, it's hard not to say walking in this one. Well, I'm gonna say walking. Walking. But walking in a way that you are present. Not just let me walk to get this over with. Walk in a way that's like, man, I ain't tripping about this phone. I'm going to be present in nature. I'm going to be present and I'm going to look at the flowers. I'm going to look at the trees. I'm going to hear the birds. I'm going to feel the sun. I'm actually going to be present on this walk. And as a part of that, grounding. Grounding. Feet, socks off, shoes off. Feet.
You be doing that?
Feet, yeah, feet to the earth.
You one of them black people?
I am. I got to put my feet on the earth.
This goes with the brand, so I can see. I can see this. I can see this.
I don't know if I'm truly a black hippie, but I have some traits.
Qualities. Yeah. I'm starting to see them now. I didn't know.
But it's like it's powerful. Like God created
people really be
that.
talking about doing that type of stuff.
It makes so much sense because you got these trees that are communicating through the ground and this ecosystem that's living, that's going to outlive all of us,
yeah.
everybody we know. And so there's a power there that we get to connect to, that God created for us to enjoy.
See, now 10 years ago, if somebody would have said that, I'd be like, oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, weirdo.
Like this guy, but as being older, I understand what you're saying, and I do agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm very particular, so am I going to try it? Maybe in about 5 more years, it's going to take me to get there.
Just
but
call
I do
me when you do.
But I do understand what you're saying, and I do agree that there is some power in that.
And that, like, and this is, I would say this for me, like, I don't want to like make a generalization about Black people, but my mama kind of a worrier. My grandma was kind of a worrier.
Yeah.
Like, oh, baby, just don't, be careful. Like, I say it to everybody. Like, I say it to all my friends. Like, we leaving. Like, all right, man, love you, bro. Good to see you. Hey, be careful.
That might be a us thing, because my family's the same way to an extent. Like, I think that might be a us thing.
And that's, unfortunately, I think I know where that comes from. It's like, man, look at the
History.
world we got to navigate. And so, yeah, man, be careful, but be free.
Yeah.
Be careful, but be free. And I think nature is a part of that freedom that is ours as Black people to enjoy as well.
You said to be careful, be free, and I thought of my nanny. She always tells me when I go places, watch your back. That's just how she said it. She don't give me a super long lecture. She just be like, all right, watch your back.
Yeah, keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes open. Keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
You're from St. Louis, you already know. I think everything is set up. Like,
and then I had the nerve to watch. I was already wired that way, and I used to watch First 48.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that a little
Took
bit.
me
too.
to a whole nother place. Huh?
Yikes! You see the Kansas City episode?
Of course.
Yeah, I heard about that. I ain't seen it yet. I think they took it down.
Yeah, I mean, all the cities. It's just like with any random stuff happening like that. Let me see everything.
Yeah, no, you will. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. We didn't talk about First 48. We didn't talk about grounding, putting your feet in the soil, looking up at the stars.
Don't be exaggerating.
Okay, see, right? You can't. I mean, I feel like that's a part of the whole.
I'm like, this brother's weird.
Well, we talked about a lot of different things. I appreciate you being vulnerable, sharing more of your story, and sharing your embarrassing moments. As a biter, I do appreciate that too. So I just want to say thank you for stopping by to offer a hustle.
Thank you for having me, and again, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.